Welcome to this installment of Foglight Advanced for Databases, the Foglight Big Picture. If you like what you see in this video, please look on YouTube or Google Foglight Advanced for Databases, a brief primer. Following that will be Foglight Advanced for Databases, a day in the life of a DBA. What we're going to be focusing on today as far as Foglight Advanced is the 24/7 monitoring capabilities of databases and its complementary component performance analysis for databases. I'd like to begin by noting the different platforms that cover Foglight Advanced for Databases, which is a grouping of these two components, 24/7 monitoring and performance analysis modules of Foglight, for these three platforms, Oracle, SQL Server, and DB2. Let's discuss Foglight in its entirety. Foglight is not just a databases tool. From a database perspective, it allows you to go heterogeneous across your database lines from a monitoring perspective. That monitoring that we're looking at, which is looking at the Oracle Dynamic Views or the SQL Server DMVs, or it's looking at the DB2 metrics that DB2 or Sybase or MySQL are providing anybody who's running queries against those metric tables. We're going to look into those tables all the same way in a traditional sense from a bottom-up resource-centric way of monitoring. So as a job failed, querying the $V sessions table, am I seeing a user in there or a session that's contributing to excessive latching? All of these things we're going to be alerting you to with emails, notifications. We're going to be displaying it in a way that's very easy to understand through pictures, data flows, and icons, rather than that dull and boring graph-based or tabular metric-based way of going about clicking next, next, next. We want to give you a pointed path to resolution. We are also going to give you, with that monitoring and alerting and notification, real-time database diagnostics. So we're going to give you a drill down into what's happening at that time visually and be able to point out where points of contention, bottlenecks occurring in any of those different databases are happening, and then you click on the colors take you down to the next level and say, look, you need to look at this. You click on the next thing, and pretty soon, within 5 clicks, you're going to have the reason behind the issue that you're looking for. And then you're going to be able to run a report, get it to the user, and then get back to your next problem. Database workload analysis takes you a little bit further. And workload analysis gets you down to the very low level of SQL workload that's happening on the platforms, kind of the who, what, when, where, and why. That's a 24/7 memory trace. You'll never not be able to either prove or disprove that the database was the cause of the problem ever again. So take that stress away from your shoulders. And of course, we're going to be offering up the best in breed database tuning capabilities, offering up multiple SQL rewrites, scenarios, or index suggestions based on what you were trying to tune for. The IntelliProfile baseline metrics. This is an extremely important part of Foglight, and that whatever metric it's recording, whether it's CPU weights or CPU usage or workload, it's going to tell you what is normal, an upper end and lower end for that particular time of day, that day of the week, and that week of the month. It's a very accurate number based on a 14-week running average broken up into 7 days, and where we run an algorithm and we're able to say very accurately what is your normal range for that particular metric. If your performance goes outside of that metric, you're going to know that something's going on. It might not necessarily be a performance issue, but it's certainly going to tell you that for that time range, whatever it is that we're measuring that's going outside of what's normal is something that you probably should look at. So let's take a step back and look at Foglight as an end-to-end application monitoring framework. Should you choose to look at your application from end to end, you can license different areas of functionality. Not only do we cover just database and give you a single pane of glass to look at all of your different databases, but we're also backing up and allowing you to see your application stacks, whether it's Java, whether it's .NET. We allow you to do transaction tracing, web server monitoring, message queue monitoring. And we're able to give you a very extensive look into the network and into your physical and virtual server, Hyper-V, VMware environments, so that everything that's coming in that's affecting your application, including end user metrics, we see that box up at the top, is going to go into a single pane of glass. view. If you look at the graphic down at the bottom left, it shows kind of the world, but it shows you your full application stack, any service level agreements that might be put into place for any of your web-based applications or thick client-based applications or back office infrastructure applications, SharePoint, you name it. Where are those problems occurring? Eliminate the finger pointing, get everybody on the same page, looking at the same base of information, all moving towards the common goal. It's not the goal of people to butt heads and to call each other, finger point, and have that communication breakdown be the problem that things take so long to be fixed. But that's just the nature of things. If everything's coming from one place and everybody has the same method of drilling down, everybody's got the same view into the service levels that are made up of everybody that's supporting that application stack across the silos, you're going to be moving forward.